Welcome back to the Make or Break Shop. This week we're gonna build a play kitchen. Part 1, the frame. So the very first thing that I do, even before buying wood now, is I make a complete 3D model in Fusion 360. This program is free and I have loved using it. So let's actually jump into that real quick. All right, so this is the model in Fusion 360. So quick walkthrough of everything we're doing. We're gonna have a fridge and a freezer, a microwave, which is right there, some open shelving, farmhouse sink. These are drawers down here, double doors, and then the oven. That's gonna be a drawer as well that you can pull out. So the very first step is to make the frame before we do any of the doors and the drawers. So this is the overall frame that we're going with. This is all 3/4 inch plywood, and these are about 12-inch strips. So I got 2 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood from the big box store, and now I'm going to break it down. The process I'm using is I'm actually putting the entire thing on the ground. I'm putting some 2x4s underneath it. So I'm gonna be using this Kreg rip cut jig. I'm basically just gonna cut this right down the middle. So all the panels are 12 inches wide. So I'm gonna get 4 strips out of this that are just shy of 12 inches because you're gonna have the curve of the blade in there. So I can't do these cross cuts on the table saw, and what I'm finding is when I'm doing the cross cuts with the circular saw, I'm getting chip out. So one trick that I found is you can just apply some tape, and then when you make the cut, that will help keep those top layers from chipping out, and you're good to go. So to put this whole thing together, I'm gonna be using pocket holes with a Kreg jig. If you guys haven't used one of these, they are really handy, especially when you're doing cabinet style stuff. Something that took me a super long time to figure out, because I lost the manual, are the actual settings. So I'm gonna show you the quick settings for 3/4 inch plywood. First step is you're gonna set this height is gonna be the height of your material, which is 3/4 of an inch. Then you're gonna set the collet of your bit that is provided also to 3/4 of an inch. And then for the actual screws you're gonna use, you just double the thickness of your wood. So 1 1/4 inches. So on some of these pieces, instead of doing pocket holes, I'm just doing glue and brad nails. I actually wish I'd done this on more because I'm gonna have to go back in and fill in all of these holes. So that is not glued down yet, but that's the one we're actually about to put on. So you're gonna get to see what it looks like. All right, so we've got this thing pretty much put together. Now what we are going to do is fill in all of these pocket holes that are all over the place. So you can make these yourself, but Kreg Jig just has a box and I just got them because they're quick. These just go into the holes and then you sand them down a little bit to get it flush. So now that the entire frame is put together, I'm gonna go back in and do edge banding. The process is really simple. This is iron-on edge banding. And then they make some tools where you can go down the edges and clear it up. I didn't have the tool, and so I actually just wound up using a chisel. And then once I got the excess off with the chisel, I just went back and lightly sanded it to make sure everything was good to go. All right, so now that we've got the frame put together, we're gonna be working on these doors. They're super simple. So we've got 2 types of doors, the solid ones, which are on the fridge and the freezer, as well as on the top right over there. And we also have more of your traditional door that has a clear inset that we're gonna get into here in a minute. But for these, super simple, just cut them out on the table saw to size. And then I'm making sure that the overhang is gonna match the edges so they have the right gap as I go throughout. And then to actually put the hinges on, these are no-show hinges. Ow, I slammed that on my finger. So I'm using these hinges. They are from the big box store. They are frameless hinges. So I actually bought the drill bit and the guide that it comes with, and you can see that I am marking it out on the door. Then I'm using the drill press to cut it out. I put this guy on just to give me a little bit more surface to rest this big door on, and then the hole goes down about 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna drill those out, then attaching the hinge. And then once we have the hinges attached to the door, then we're going back and dropping these onto the frame, and we're good to go. And for the oven, the exact same thing on the inside. So now we're gonna be working on the twin doors on the bottom right. They've got clear acrylic on the inside, and so I'm gonna make a really super simple frame that I'm going to use the Kreg jig to put it together, and then I'm gonna do a small inset on the back, and that's where the acrylic is going to lay into. So once we have the doors put together, the next step is to work on the drawers. So the drawers are really simple, and I've actually included 3 on this design. We've got 1, 2, 3. So to make these, again, I'm using just 3/4 inch plywood. I'm connecting everything together just with brad nails and wood glue. I could have used pocket holes, but I didn't because I was actually trying to do it pretty quick. So the bottom of the drawers is just a 1/4 inch plywood, again, that I have brad nailed. The width of the drawers are sized so that they are 1 inch less than the gap that we are working with. That is because the hinges that I'm using are 1/2 inch thick. So once the entire drawer is assembled, then I'm going to attach the slides. To do the slides, I first attach them to the frame first, drill and screw them in. And then the drawer, I'm going to place a little spacer on the bottom so it sits evenly. And then slowly, I'm going to pull the drawer out and screw it as I go. Then once everything's screwed together, I'm gonna attach the face frame. In this case, all I've done is just brad nailed it in. I'm probably gonna go back in and actually screw it from the back. That's a lot of like real drawers are done that way. So now that we have the frame, the doors, and the drawers assembled, the last step of this portion of the build is to make the actual countertop. So I wanted to do a cool butcher block countertop. I just made this out of construction grade 2x4s. The process is pretty simple. I'm taking it across the jointer, and then I'm cutting this down into a bunch of different size strips. I'm cutting these at random intervals because I want these gaps to be at different spots, so it looks a little less uniform. So I'm gluing all of these together. Then I'm using a belt tender and I'm getting everything to the same thickness. And then, because it can fit through the planer, I've taken a couple passes with the planer just to get everything pretty smooth and ready to go. I haven't finished this yet, but it's just gonna be finished with some oil and wax to hopefully make the grain pop out a little bit, especially once this thing gets painted white. I'm not gonna do that in this video. There's going to be a part 2 where I finish this entire thing out. If it's up already, you can check it out right there. If not, there's an entire playlist of nursery projects that I've been working on. You can check that out right there, and I'll see you there in a sec. So until next time, go make or break something in your shop. See you guys.